there's a guy in the same country we are who could face 6 months in prison because he argued with a feminist online.
I read that article.
I know! This is absolutely mind-boggling. Have you read what he said?
Yeah, he didn't say anything wrong.
No, I mean, there's one that could be taken as a little bit rude.
But there's a difference between being rude
And
right?
and assaulting someone online.
Well, there's a difference between being rude and verbally harassing someone.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
But yeah, no, but that's the thing, right? The fact that someone can face jail time for that.
The fact that it's even a possibility is absurd.
That's what I mean. Like,
I kind of understand he's being accused of it, therefore he needs to, have his day in court. That I can understand. But the concept that it's not just an accusation, that it could actually happen, that's where it crosses the line. So I think that's completely absurd.
yeah, well, that's like, I think there should be a point, and I've said this before, like, there should be some sort of, like, an absurdity thing, where, like, whatever judge is hearing this, should just look at it and just go, what's it called? Summary judgment?
Yeah.
Let's look at it and just go, no.
Within reason, that can happen, but in execution, it rarely, if ever, does.
Yeah, but even then, here's my thing. Okay, say this goes through, right?
Yeah.
And if any of the faith I have in our legal system is founded,
well, as long as your faith isn't in our judicial system or in our Senate or in our elected parliament, then
actually, you know what? I don't
much nothing left.
I don't mind the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court generally I can agree with them. I mean, there's been a couple things where I don't necessarily agree, but I understand why they made that ruling. So I can
that's the difference too, right?
But it's not our Supreme Courts that I have a problem with. We've got federal courts that are so bullshit that just make these stupid rulings, and the Supreme Court has to go, really? We got to put up with this shit? This is bullshit. Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. But even then, okay, if this does get dismissed, as it should,
yes.
My question is, will charges be leveled against this feminist for false allegations, falsifying police reports, probably perjury?
Two of those have to be placed by the Crown.
As they should be.
No, but the other one isn't a federal crime unto itself. I mean, it's...
Perjury?
No, perjury is a federal crime.
Yeah.
And so is falsifying a police report.
Yeah.
But false accusations isn't.
They can be heard at that level.
Yeah, but it's got to be civil. It's a civil case. In that case, that one.
Well, yeah, because you're looking.
One is civil, and the other two
are criminal.
Yeah, the other two are criminal. The other two need to go through the system, and the system's not going to fucking place those charges.
No, you can, unless, because the Crown would have to be petitioned for that to happen.
Exactly. And who the fuck's going to go through all that time after fighting off these legal battles in order to have another one, in order to have the person who accused you go through that? Like, most people just want to put it behind them.
True, but, like, if the Crown worked the way it should, they should go after them for it. It's like how... It's like when they never go after police officers for perjury, when they get caught lying in court.
I completely agree, but that's part of that judicial system. Which, I agree, the Supreme Court generally gets it right. But
they do. Everybody else...
so many other parts of it that don't. And I mean, I think the RCMP is absolutely wonderful, but I do think they get it wrong a lot. However, they're not the judge and jury.
No.
They're just there to, essentially bring forth evidence for the court.
That's what they do.
If they cross the line, then they should be charged accordingly as individuals.
Actually, in Canada, police officers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can be personally gone after in civil court. It's like you can go after them for damages. Not professionally or after the organization. You can do that as well, but you can also charge the individual. We're
I
the
mean,
only
I completely
country,
agree. The individual's making that decision.
we're the only country that I know of where you can actually do that.
No, I think it's just us. And I love how I love how as a country Canada gets shit on by we get shit on by the Aussies, we get shit on by the Brits, and okay, we obviously get shit on by the Americans, but so does everyone else. I mean, to the point that I just heard this today. Do you know what one of the terms Australians will use for someone that they don't think is very smart?
No?
They're called them a Canadian. So
Seriously?
apparently we're a term for a dumb Australian, and all we do is think about them as being really redneck.
That's fair then.
I mean, that's the exchange, which I think is completely fair. But I mean,